Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about social media content strategy, and I'm going to teach you how to dominate social media. And it doesn't matter if it's 2019, 2020, 2025. The method that I'm about to give you is going to be a game changer for your content and how you build an audience and deliver value for them. Now, this is something I usually teach my one-on-one coaching clients and that I teach in workshops. So what I'm gonna give you here is a very powerful strategy that can help you really understand what you need to be doing when it comes to growing in these online platforms. Grab a pen and paper, you're gonna wanna take notes on this. So the method we're using is called ICED, like iced coffee. So this acronym is ICED. I stands for identify, C stands for clarify, E stands for engage, and D stands for deliver. You need to start with identifying your target audience. Regardless of what platform you're in, identifying your target audience is very important, and then you need to kind of research and understand what it is that their expectations are. That is going to be essential for you growing in social media and being able to dominate in your niche. If you fail to identify who people are, what their values are, what their habits are, what the culture is, how can you serve them properly? If you can't answer some very specific questions about who your ideal target audience is, basically you'll be trying to serve everybody and thus serve nobody. So identifying your target audience is essential and is really the first place to start. Let's move on to C, clarifying the value. You need to clarify your ability to deliver value to that specific audience. You need to do everything to eliminate the ambiguity, eliminate the guesswork, make this simple for people. What do you offer? Why should I follow you? Why should I trust you? Why should I come back? You need to be able to answer these. And by the way, I work really hard isn't good enough. I think I make quality content or I make quality content. That's not a reason. That has nothing to do with what we value or we care about. It's not specific enough. That is too vague. That is too generic. And I guarantee you, generic and vague is probably the reason many of you are struggling when it comes to your content and building an audience. Get crystal clear on what people can expect from you. Make it abundantly clear and obvious to them. Next is E, engage. People really neglect the power of engagement. Regardless of social media platform, when I go and I look up people, especially people who say that they're struggling with their social media, I go and I immediately go to the comments. And I see no interaction from the original poster, whether this is YouTube, whether this is LinkedIn, whether this is Facebook, whether this is Instagram. I see no engagement with the actual community of people who gave the time to your comment. I see people write articles. I see them get 10 or 12 comments and there are no replies to any of them, okay? So if you want people to commit to you, why aren't you making a commitment to them, especially in the early phases when you're growing? There's an excuse you can make to some extent when you're large enough and you feel overwhelmed by that. That's fine. But you could always task that out to people. And if your concern is that, well, I want it to come from me, then you should still prioritize doing some of it, especially after the initial post if you have time. And you should also consider the fact that a team can advocate on your behalf and engage with the community from a team account, because they would rather be acknowledged by somebody and know that you at least facilitated that than just be left with no interaction, no engagement, no acknowledgement at all. Replying to people matters, and by acknowledging them, that is how you build loyalty with them. That's how you build confidence with them, okay? And I think that this is something more of you could stand to do. You also need to engage, not just with the content that you post, but you need to be part of the community around the type of content that you produce. Whatever the players are doing in your niche or in your overall, the culture of what you do, you should be there and you should be a player and you should be probably one of the most interesting and engaging people in the community, because that's how you're gonna make a name for yourself and that's gonna make people curious about you and that's gonna build your reputation. And finally, D, deliver. Deliver on the promises that you made. Deliver on what people's expectations are. Deliver maximum value, deliver tremendous value to people, that is essential with anything that you're creating because you're asking for people's time. You're asking for the time out of their day. You're asking for 5 or 10 minutes that they can give to their personal development, to their workout routine, to their spouse, to their boyfriend or girlfriend, to their kid, to the job. This is 5 or 10 minutes of their life that they're never getting back. Why spend it with you? You have to justify that. You justify that by making the value very clear and then delivering on those expectations that were set. You deliver by engaging with people who give you that time. You deliver by making sure that there's an alignment between the audience that you've identified and then who you are and what the content is that you deliver. This is why the iced method is so powerful, because it makes you more intentional about your actions by identifying who you're serving, clarifying what you deliver for them and how you give them value, by engaging with them and listening to them so that you can make sure you are continuing to clarify that properly and that you're in alignment and that you're better prepared to deliver for them on the promise that was made. This is very straightforward. If you can master the iced method, then you can dominate social media in whatever platform you choose, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, it doesn't really matter because this is about how you treat people. This is about how you set expectations and how you deliver. This is about how you create alignment between you and the audience that you want to follow you. This is about giving them a reason to make a commitment to you and the content that you provide. So I have a question of the day for you, and I want you to leave this in the comment section in as much detail as possible. And I want more of you to respond to this and to ask people questions about this, even challenge them on this. So the question of the day that we're gonna go with is, who is your target audience and how are you going to serve them? Because I want you to kind of take this as an exercise where you can communicate these thoughts clearly and put them out there in a meaningful way. And then I want you through the comments to give each other some feedback on whether you think that was a clear message or not. So that's what I want you guys to do in the comment section. I'm gonna chime in and give you my 2 cents as well. You can also feel free to just leave me questions about social media and videos that you would like me to make, and I'll try and respond to those as well in the comment section. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome stuff here on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.